Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to another reading. This is going to be a reading for February 2021 Capricorn. Let's go ahead and get right into it here. Not many announcements for you this time around. Just remember, if any songs come to mind while doing your reading, you guys will find those songs in the description box below, okay? Alright, let's see what is here for you. Okay. Overall energy for February, we have the Four of Swords. So, a time of rest, a time of recuperation, and also a time of reflection is what February is bringing towards you. I feel that you guys are exhausted. You've been working very hard for a very long time, and some of you out there, it's like you're just trying to catch a break. And in these moments of reflection, these transits are wanting you to take a look at just how far you've come and really be aware of just how much you have changed and how much you've accomplished. I do feel like you're getting some kind of rest from strife. You've been fighting for a very, very long time, and mind racing, overthinking, processing the pain of what you have experienced, and coming to terms with the dissatisfaction. The dissatisfaction in some way, shape, or form in your life. Those days I feel are over, Capricorn. And I feel like you're moving out of that energy and you're beginning to embrace just how blessed you really are. A lot of gratitude here, and it can be hard to remember things like gratitude and appreciation and really see your progress. It can be hard for you guys to quantify it when you're in the throes of, if you feel as though the ground is shifting beneath your feet, or if you feel as though there's instability in your life in some way, shape, or form. So February presents you with an opportunity to reflect. It presents you with an opportunity to take a beat, to take a breather. And if you are still unsatisfied, you have the energy and you have the strength to bring about those changes that you guys would like to see in your life. Try as hard as you can not to blame yourself and not to take it out on anyone around you. It's a time of introspection. It's a time of asking yourselves the hard questions, quietly seeking the truth, and trying to find some of those answers on your own. Understanding exactly what has been happening, and then taking the necessary steps to change your circumstances. I feel like you guys are tired of arguing. You guys are tired of the back and forth. You're tired of the bickering, and also you're tired of, I feel like there are conflicts of interest here. There is someone in your life somewhere that I feel like you guys are not seeing eye to eye. And it's just like you need a resolution. You're feeling like you need a revolution. And coming to an understanding and finding common ground is beginning to feel as though it is out of reach. I feel as though that particular perspective is a state of mind. If something isn't working out, it's important that you begin to ask yourselves the questions about why. If you're not getting the answers from other people, we can't control how they're going to be showing up in the situation. We can't control what they're bringing to the table. We can't control how they see the situation, but we can turn our focus inward. And we can turn our focus on ourselves and just release, detach from the drama, detach from the argument, and try to find some understanding within. All right, let's talk about this first row for a second, a bit more before we move on. So the Hangman is interesting here, but also very appropriate, because there is something that needs to be released. There is something that needs to be sacrificed, and I'll leave it up to you to determine what that is, whether that's the argument, the back and forth, or just putting down the problem for a second so that you can go within and attempt to find the answer. What's important is that you do believe in your ability to do so, and you do believe that you guys are protected. And breaks and standstills, they can be scary, you know, because they can kind of trick you into believing that you're not moving forward. But it's in that break, it's in that standstill that you're able to course correct and get on the right path, where you're able to make the necessary changes that need to be made in order to bring you, in order to achieve peace of mind, Capricorn. You guys could be dealing with a water sign. It could be a Pisces, most definitely, or it could be a Cancer. Like I said, I just feel as though you're not seeing eye to eye with someone, and you just don't even want to, you don't want to beat that dead horse anymore. So I'm telling you, it's okay to take a step back. It's okay to just let the situation rest. Just give it a rest. And focus on what you can control, and remember your version of the story. Trusting yourself is very, very important here in February. Very important. I feel like getting sleep, getting rest has been very hard for you. And it looks like that problem may be continuing into February. So just get rest where you can. You really, really need to take care of yourself. You really need to do things for yourself that are going to refuel you, that are going to fill your cup at the end of the day. And I feel like that is a very important part of that, is examining your relationships, is examining your friendships, examining the family, the direct family ties, and the impact that they're having on your life. Are they sustainable? Or are they a constant test to your boundaries and a constant test to your perspective? You guys don't want to have to fight for what you believe in anymore. There are very, very real, very large goals that you have, big things that you want to accomplish in your life. And how much more time do you want to spend entertaining distractions? How much more time do you want to spend sacrificing your desires, sacrificing your dreams and aspirations for the sake of another? At what point do you begin to do what you want to do? At what point do you begin to do what is right for you, what you're passionate about? Many of you out there are getting pushed to the point, especially if you're dealing with a Scorpio, are getting pushed to the point where you have to become a monster, or you have to exert or assert yourself with this person, because it's like they're testing you. There's an annoyance here. Calm. Have strength, and don't let anyone push you out of character. It could have something to do with shared resources. And a desire to no longer want to share. Whether that's your time, your energy, or the resources themselves. But I feel like you guys have been instrumental in the cultivation of something very, very big here in February. You are the keystone in whatever this situation is. And I don't think that it would have been successful if not for your effort, if not for your vision, if not for your organization skills, and for your authenticity, and for your ability to use your voice to stand up for what is right. All right, I want to go through and let's talk about these a bit more. Actually, I'm going to grab some water first, just a second. All right, let's talk about these a bit more. So we start out the beginning of the month here with the Four of Swords, and you need a break. You just need a break. You need a minute and you need some space. And if you haven't already taken that time for yourself, it's very much encouraged here for your sanity, for you to be able to keep going. It is not, I don't even want to say encouraged, it is necessary, because I feel like there's so much that is being asked of you, and it's very important that you take a time out and you take care of yourself. What does that look like? It looks like getting enough sleep. It looks like making sure that you're eating well, making sure that your needs are being met. Making sure that you are feeling secure, making sure that you are comfortable, that you guys are taken care of is what is all about. That's the goal. That's what everything in February is hinging on. Everything that happens, everything that plays out, it all comes back to that. What is right for you? What is going to make you feel secure? And what is going to make you feel sane? And I feel like there are influences around you that are trying to upset the balance, that are trying to disturb the peace intentionally or unintentionally. And the advice here is to just take a step back and to let it go, to just release it. I feel like there could be some arguing about a decision that needs to be made, and a lot of the difficulty concerning that decision is because there are other opinions, there are other voices that are involved in the equation. And it's leading you to just want to throw your hands up and take a step back, because it's very, very hard to make someone see something your way when they're set in their ways, right? And it's hard to see the bigger picture, to see past the problem when there are competing interests, there are competing motives, and what you guys value are not meshing up with what someone else values, or what they expect from you, what they want from you. Like there's an imbalance there, and it's throwing your chi out of whack. Like it's messing up your chi. The Queen of Cups wants you to give to yourself. It wants you to take care of yourself, and it wants you to trust the way that you feel about it. I think that your judgment is being highlighted here as something that is very important, that is going to, it's something that you can trust, and it will be your guide here in February. I feel like any lover spats can be overcome by looking at the situation from an objective standpoint and getting in touch and getting in tune with what your heart wants and how you guys feel, and taking that and also weighing it against the reality of what you have been experiencing. I feel that you are having to take a stance. You're having to stand firm in your position on something, and it's tricky, because I'm realizing what I'm talking about here is understanding. I feel like you guys want to understand something, but it's hard. And something is getting very hard for you guys to uphold. It's getting very hard for you to maintain because of what it's costing you. It's costing you your peace. And you're having to defend your position on something, because what you guys are fighting for, you feel as though it's morally upright. You feel like it's the right thing. You're standing up for what you believe to be right. And the thing about it is, I don't get that you are being obnoxious in having this particular perspective, or in going about your life this way. In fact, I feel like you guys are actually carrying yourself in a very level-headed way. You're very much aware of the facts. You're coming through as very, very realistic. Very, very realistic about what you have been experiencing, and about what's right and about what is not right. I feel like your money and your future looks very, very promising. The work that Saturn and Aquarius is wanting you guys to do is, as I was saying earlier, take a look at the bare bones. Take a look at the small parts that make up the whole. Really examine what is happening there, and examine just how fulfilled you guys actually are at the end of the day with the current setup. Because there is a departure that someone wants to make here. There is a change that someone has been wanting to make for a very long time. And yes, it has been very hard. And that ending is coming. What's fascinating here is that the ending is coming, but you're not starting from square one. Instead, it looks like the beginning of something very beautiful. It looks like the beginning of something that is authentic, something that is promise to you. You guys will live long, and your life will be a very long and prosperous one. If you follow your heart, if you go towards what your calling is, if you do what your heart and your gut are telling you to, if you trust your vision, it will not steer you wrong. You guys have this talent for being very practical, and Saturn wants you to use that practicality when it comes to when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to your dreams and your goals. I was listening to an interview with Stacey Abrams earlier today, and she said something that really resonated that I think applies to your reading. Ambition and goals are all well and good, but it's nothing without a plan. And if there's anything that you guys love, it is a plan that you can stick to. So don't be afraid to go back and revise the plan that you had once before. Don't be afraid to fail, to let something fall through that is not working. And I know that's much easier said than done, especially if there are a lot of feelings that are attached to it, or a sense of obligation, or a sense of commitment. You guys, I feel breaking tradition and breaking an oath can be a lot to ask of you. But if what's being, if enforcing that oath or sticking to it, if not wanting to break that pact is costing you in some way, shape, or form, or is being tainted by something unethical, there are some oaths that do run their course. You guys have blessed situations with your presence, just with the amount of practicality and know-how and follow through that you bring to the table. You have this innate sense of what is right and what is not right built within you. And it's important that you guys trust that in February. Trust that. We should always seek to understand. We don't want to be closed-minded. But you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. You don't want to get dragged because you don't want to let go. All right. That was your reading for February. Thanks for joining me here. I will see you next time.